Hello and welcome to my channel, Momming Abroad. I post mommy and expat videos once a week on Sundays. The topic of today's video is the top 5 best books or book series for new moms. If that sounds good to you, stay tuned. First on my list is the What to Expect series. Now you've probably heard by now of What to Expect When You're Expecting by Heidi Murkoff. This book in and of itself is a wonderful resource with basically everything you need to know about pregnancy in one nice textbook. Of course, they also have an ebook version, and there's a website and an app as well, which I do recommend. They have a newsletter and they have discussion forums, and it's a great community. But really, the classic traditional What to Expect When You're Expecting book is fantastic for anyone who has just found out that they are pregnant. They also have a book called Before You Are Expecting, so if you plan to conceive somewhere in the future or near future, you can read about how you can try to conceive and prepare your body and prepare yourself for pregnancy. So that is another good book in the series, and I also wanted to say that the series is my recommendation rather than just the main book, because I had the pregnancy organizer calendar. I'll put a picture up and there will be a link in my description box as well, because I used that religiously throughout my pregnancy. At my doctor's appointments, I had everything in one place, just written down. Of course, if you prefer to do that digitally on your phone, you can do that as well, but I am a person that likes pen and paper. It's easier for me to take notes, and it really helped me keep track of things, and I always remembered to take it with me. And I just had my questions for the doctor at every appointment right in front of me. I wrote down things to remember about my pregnancy, like cravings or symptoms and different things that I was going through. So I have that forever as a keepsake, and it also really helped me stay on track and keep sane when I was pregnant. Additionally, I have looked through these books at Barnes & Noble, and they look really promising. I did not end up purchasing them, so I cannot speak really from personal experience having used them, but I did look at them in the store and they looked really good. I had enough resources as it was, so I chose not to purchase them, but there is also a What to Expect the first year and What to Expect the second year to help you through those first 2 years of parenting as well. The whole series is my recommendation number 1. Okay, my second book recommendation is Positive Parenting, an Essential Guidebook. Now, I have so much literature. I have not read this from front to back, cover to cover, because I also am part of a very active Facebook group, Gentle Parents Unite, and also I have several other books. I listen to Janet Lansbury, her podcast regularly, and there are just so many resources out there, so I have not read that many books cover to cover on this topic. I tend to pick out the things that I want to see. You may prefer to read the book from cover to cover, and from my research, this is the one that I felt the most comfortable recommending in order to give really a book recommendation. So this one has wonderful reviews. I've enjoyed reading the sections that I have read, and I definitely recommend looking into either this book or other books, for example, from Janet Lansbury, No Bad Kids, as well as her podcast. There are so many different resources out there to help with positive or gentle parenting. The next book is How to Raise a Reader by Pamela and Maria Russo. I recently read this cover to cover, and I took down many notes, and I really love this book. It gives a great overview. It is realistic. It is completely achievable, and it just gives you the positive reinforcement that you need in order to make sure that books are a part of your child's life and that you can help them fall in love with reading. There are great tips in there. They aren't trying to push reading logs or making reading a chore, but there are just so many natural, organic recommendations that will help cultivate a love for reading in your home, starting with you, honestly, and also then bringing it onto your child as well. So I highly recommend this book. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think you will too. My fourth book recommendation now is a book by a YouTuber, actually. Her name is Angela Braniff. It came out in April 2020, and it is a memoir called Love Without Borders. So even though it is a memoir and not a parenting guide book, I think that her experiences and the way she tells her story will really help any parent. She has 2 biological children and 6 adopted children. So she has done it all. She's done international adoption, domestic adoption, and embryo adoption as well. She has twin girls that she gave birth to that were adopted as embryos. And she just has a wonderful view on life and parenting, and she's so positive and uplifting. And I think that anyone who is expecting or has recently had a baby should definitely give her book a read. You will find it really useful. Okay, and my final book recommendation is not a book, but a publisher. And the publisher's name is Usborne Books. I think that they are American, actually, but they're either American or British, but they have separate kind of headquarters for Europe and for the US. But they just have so many good books. They have everything that you need for a newborn, toddlers, or 0 to 2, 2 to 4, for teenagers. They even have parenting books. They have language learning books, foreign language books. They have flashcards. They have wipe clean learning to write books. They have Shakespeare. They have everything, basically, fairy tales, board books, picture books. It is just a fantastic publisher. Now, when I originally posted these recommendations, these book recommendations I originally posted about 2 months ago in a blog post on my blog. If you haven't checked out my blog yet, please do so, mommingabroad.wordpress.com. When I first published this, I was promoting Usborne as an independent organizer or consultant. I did do that for some time, mostly just for the discount on the books, because I really believe in these books and love these books. But I no longer recommend working yourself as a consultant. You can buy from a consultant if you would like, but I think the best way to purchase Usborne Books is to check out a website called bookdepository.com. They do free worldwide shipping, but as always, check a few different retailers to see where you can get the best price. Of course, if you have a friend who is a consultant and you want to buy from them, that's great. But if you're looking for the best price or to be able to have a wide selection, the widest selection would be on the Usborne website directly, and then probably from a consultant, and then from Book Depository or Barnes & Noble or Amazon or one of those other resources. But just make sure to shop around, because they have the books at different prices in different areas. And at some point I will do a video about my negative experience as a consultant for them, but that has not tainted my love for the books themselves. They are wonderful, high quality children's books that I definitely recommend you look into when you are working on building your children's library. So that is it for you guys today. Again, all of these books will be linked. I have affiliate links that will help me out if you decide to purchase through those links. If you would like to purchase them, then the links are all there, as well as the link to my blog where you can read in a little bit more detail about each of these recommendations that I have. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for coming. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.